Good evening, collective. Okay, I think it's my first attempt actually doing a live through a Zoom. Raguel had told me, well, we're gonna make it happen one way or the other. The message is coming out there, and he sure did figure it out. So, hello everyone. Yeah, I do have a background. I thought it was kind of fun to just kind of have the thing. I'm not trying to be fake. It's real. I am the real person. Um, what I'm gonna do for you real quick before I even get started is I'm gonna pull up some specific signs. Is what I'm being asked to figure out who it is that I'm talking to. Okay. I will tell you just one little quick disclaimer because this isn't actually a reading. This is a message from 5 specific angels who have channeled through me and within me to give specific messages. But I just want to see what signs are involved with this. Um, so that's what we're going to do right quick. Okay, so two fell out. We got Aquarius, Taurus, we got an Earth sign. So that puts Taurus into that. Right. Capricorn, yeah. So this seems to be definitely Earth related. Two more. Saturn, Sun, and the signs. Honestly, I should have just. We got Leo with Cancer. So all the Earth did come out. We got Gemini. Libra, well, Libra and Pisces comes with what I. Okay, so here we go, folks. On this, we have Earth. Always speaking to Earth, Aquarius and Libra, Cancer and Pisces and Leo. Okay. Saturn and Sun could be in your chart somewheres, or any of these could be in your chart. You can switch and flip them as you well see, as far as you know, you can. Take what resonates and leave the rest. If it does not apply, then let it fly. I also looking at this video and I can see how my background looks so horrible. And I look like I'm so invisible. Give me a moment. Let me fix something real quick, folks. Hold on. Let me see if I can do something about this background. None. Okay, yeah, there we go. Because that doesn't look too well for what I'm trying to do here. All right, perfect. I can go to here. No, don't. I'll cancel. All right, folks. I'm trying to figure out uh how to cancel out. Like I said, no. Well, hold on, but This is all new for me, so I'm really having a fun time here with this. So please forgive me. Um, my God. Oh, okay. Hold on a second. This is the whole reason behind why I want to All right, folks. Let's hope that this will last. I want to let you know, I don't even know if any of this got caught on the live or not. But okay. Let me hold my breath here a minute. I had to actually say a prayer or two before even getting on. I'm going to go ahead and just say one out loud as well. Dear Heavenly Father, thank you for this time that I can be with my fellow believers. Lord, please, whatever it is, return to center times 10, whatever this energy is that I was just fighting before getting on the live, because I know that there's a message of truth out here, and the devil was trying to work his way in to try to trick me into not doing this and creating issues, knocking the lights out, tearing my camera up. Just whatever it could have been, he was trying to do it, but your message is still going to come across. And I just want to thank you, and I pray for that it be your words and not my own. And those who will, those who can take the time to understand. I thank you, and I pray this in your name. Amen. All right. So with all that being said, folks, I have literally just dealt with the devil trying to play tricks with me, like knock my whole camera out. In fact, for a minute there, I thought I've actually lost the live. I actually went and like the whole entire set was all messing up. And then finally I decided, well, you know what? Since I paused for a long period of time, I might as well go ahead and get everything else ready, and I could kill off this energy. But anyways, to get to the point of where I wanted to get at, because now that's 36 minutes on this live that I need to figure out how that's going to be another thing. I might have to get back on. Unless... Well, anyway, I'm just going to go ahead and just do whatever. And then if it boots me off, I might have to do a part 2 on this, because of everything that had taken place. But I've had messages that were coming from Raguel, Jeremiel, or Raguel, I should say, Jeremiel, Metatron, Michael, Gabriel, the one communicating them to me. Okay. And then also I have been getting messages also from Ariel as well, and Celephon. Now, for those of you that don't know who these archangels are, first of all, some of them are not just archangels, they are also in the seraphim level. Like, for example, Raguel and Jeremiel are archangels. Gabriel is too, but Gabriel, as you know, is in the cherub level as well. It's the one that's right on the right hand side, like it's Michael and Gabriel that is at the Godhead. And then you have the seraphim levels, which then there's hierarchies from there. So I can give you a live on that at some point that will help some of you out that may need to know that. But this message must come across because unfortunately there is going to be a time of trouble that is upon us, and I'm speaking more specifically about a revelation time. This is a situation where something must end worldwide in order for a new beginning to take place, or certain energies to be wiped out while new energies are coming in. This is very, very, very big. So, and it has caused several layers of angels and hierarchies within the heavenly realms to really justify what it is that's going on here on the earth. Now, Raguel, for sure, because he's one of the main angels that don't just give me downloads, but channels through me. In other words, uses me as a vessel to speak out of my own mouth. And as I introduced in my TikTok, you can follow me on TikTok as well. Divine Guide 1111. But basically, what I have mentioned is that there's only 4 people on the earth, period. Yeah. Only 4 people on the earth, period, that actually has this kind of a gift to actually be able to channel in specific angels. So we're not talking about downloads. We're not talking about doing a actual reading and saying, oh, well, see, I see the card of Jeremiel and that kind of thing. No, I'm talking more about actually having that angel as a vessel coming to you and actually speaking out of your mouth about a particular subject matter. And this will typically happen at various times of the day. He will come even in the workplace and project as if it was me, and will actually give communication to like bosses, to directors, and all of this because he is the angel of justice, fairness, and judgment. Okay, he's the one that will provide the messages. Of course, the Godhead, okay, God, Holy Spirit, Spirit, however you see him as, okay, he's the one that makes the ultimate calls. So I want you to understand that angels is not God, okay? But that they have the specific messages, and then there are specific souls on the earth that they channel through. It's like prophets, if you will. And like I said, it was brought to my attention by Jeremiel that only 4 people, me being one of them, but there are 3 others out there who can actually channel an angel and will be able to get things as needed, but not just because somebody wants it. So in other words, I'm not the type of person, if you're asking me, and that's, by the way, why I say that tarot cards are considered 3D level messages. Now, I'm not saying that there's nothing 5D about it, but what I mean is that where I come from and where God has shown me, because me being a Christian as well, I know what the Holy Spirit, I know what the Holy Spirit is, I know what the Godhead is, and I know Jesus being the Son of God. Okay. These would only clarify what God is telling me through the angels in the downloads. In other words, in the intuition. All right. So when you're getting intuitive thoughts about something, first of all, you want to know if you feeling easy about it or if you're feeling difficult about it. If you're feeling difficult about it, then most likely the downloads are being tricked by the devil and not by a devilish energy and not by the Godhead. Even if it sounds like something which you should be, maybe you may think that you should be reading it, but in actuality, it could be the devil giving a trick about a specific situation to try to control the narrative in a sense of spiritual manipulation. There it is. That's what I'm looking for. Like I said, there are three types of excuses. You got judgmental excuses, you have emotional excuses, and you have psychological excuses. And this is all done up by reality, your spiritual manipulation and emotional manipulation. Spiritual manipulation really comes from the ego, but it also includes spiritual ego type texts. These are the ones where you can almost like curse yourself out. You could curse other people out. You could. This is a situation where some of us may actually be, I want to say, some of us may be actually not realizing that when we are cursing from our mouth, or that when we are saying things that legitimately would be against God, that there is innocence to that, but in actuality, what you're doing is taking the Lord's name in vain, which is the true definition of that particular sin, if you will, is taking the Lord's name in vain, is being able to utilize the spiritual abilities or Christian abilities or faith abilities, whatever abilities you're trying to say, okay? We are creating this mindset, if you will, that that we can just say whatever we do want to say, but we're not necessarily and I'm being cautious how I'm saying it, which is the whole reason why I'm stopping and going. Because there are some of you that do mean very well. I am seeing that, but there are some that are using their spiritual ego. Let me explain what a spiritual ego is. A spiritual ego is within your ego, but it's like it's your way. And if it doesn't feel like your way, then everybody is basically a sinner being judged and this and that. You could even manipulate what the cards would say by suggesting that something is happening. Like, for example, a past lover coming back. You know, how you know the difference between not being spiritual manipulation and actually a past lover coming back isn't really suggested by the cards, it's by how you're reading them. It's about the message behind it. So like in your ego, if you're missing somebody, right, then you may be reading the cards mixed in your ego to manipulate what you're saying on a spiritual level to help someone else along their way. Well, I'm pretty sure even some of you out there that are spiritualists understand that that is not allowed and that it's really taking your work in vain. Also, we got to understand that we cannot just assume that the cards is the idol to who really is giving us our downloads. We know that our downloads come from God, and that certain angels will be there to support us, or in some cases, even communicate with us. But you have to understand the concept of where these communications are taking place and being able to follow through on precisely what these communications are basically trying to tell us. And then it's up to us to be able to calculate whether or not our ego is answering into some of these or if we're actually following through with the actual message that the Great Divine is telling us to share. There are some of us, and I'm not passing judgment, okay, hear it on a nice level, but, you know, get Raguel channeling in through, and he would, first of all, he is a very straightforward angel, and he don't waste any time. He could be on here for an hour, he sure can, but he can also be here for an hour of, okay, this is a judgment, this is it, this is that, this is the other thing, boom, 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 boom. But that's not the power that I have. Okay, and I'm not going to claim that I do have it. One of the activation cards that did try out is healing and realization. And I feel that for some of us now, I am speaking to some healers out there, spiritual therapists, spiritual guiders, etc. Okay, a lot of this is going to be for you guys, because I'm going to be honest, for some of you, you're going to be responsible for false prophecies pertaining to prophecies that are being brought up about situations. And some of you are also going to be getting into the mastery level of getting into the specifics, because others are going too far into it. It's almost like it's getting into entertainment and not necessarily getting into the real meat of what the message is that God is asking to be brought out there. And that the cards are really there to clarify. Now, what God had told me when it pertains to these cards that you're seeing flopped here. Now, I'm not going to mess this reading up, because this has to do with a Gemini reading, and it was another thing that was being toyed around. But so tomorrow, perhaps, or Friday, I will be doing my normal lives where I will actually go in and actually do my 15-minute readings on love and finance and that kind of thing for all the signs. But my spiritual download that I got here tonight, I didn't even get into it because of the introductory pieces that I had to do, and then almost 30 minutes into recording, trying to figure out how to set the recording up. So I really apologize about that, but you get a little bit of learning on this one. But yes, For some of you, you're going to be mastering to the next level, graduating out of the old habits and doing what have you. And others of you are really just going to be saying a bunch of messages that are just otherwise, it's going to sound more like entertainment than it's going to sound like you actually projecting a message. Okay. So I want you guys to be advised about that. This isn't about taking anybody away from what they are doing, but there are some of you, when you're working out of your spiritual ego, and it took me quite a while. It took me several years to actually even know what the spiritual ego is, let alone actually graduating out of it. And I was working with a legit spiritual therapist at the time. And at that time, when I was in my spiritual ego, I was picking on her a lot about how she didn't know this and didn't know that. I almost felt like I was narcissist to a son, to a point that I didn't even make sense of myself, let alone trying to make any kind of sense for anybody else. So, with that being said, that's one of the judgments. Raguel is saying that he's gonna have to put a stop, a clear end on the actual false prophecies. Okay. And part of that isn't just spiritual pieces, it's also a big part, and hopefully I can get through this before the video cuts out. But it's about the Laodicean church. If you don't know what a Laodicean church is, this is more worldwide, and it has to do with churches. This is where you're comfortable in your own skin, and you expect the church to do your healing, and not necessarily you doing your own healing and opening your eyes up to the truths. So, with that being said, you feel comfortable in the church, but you're not necessarily in the church to do the work that God asks you to do. Also, there's a lot of judgment based off of what other people may think or do if you're doing certain things, or you're being around certain people or different groups, and etc. And Raguel is saying, well, unless you actually saw a particular reason to judge somebody, if you actually seen the situation taking place, then you have no reason to judge. And therefore, some of you may actually be in a pattern where you may still be 40 years old and still single. It's kind of like where I was. Because you have that spiritual ego within you about how spiritual ego is about the I in every statement. I this, I that. I'm not talking about the I gifts. Okay, yes, you're going to introduce yourself, or depending on the situation of how you read, or how you may predict, or how you may give messages, you may end up where there is you may end up in a scenario where you would have to use some I's in your language, just because you are specific to that project of whatever the angels are getting from the Godhead to bring to your situation. So that's a different scenario than what I'm talking about. What I'm talking about is, well, I've done this, I've done that, I this, I that, I have the power. I can make your hand wave. Okay, look, see that? Wave yours too. If you did, there you go. I gave you the power, right? That kind of scenario. But there's no real pieces to that, and so we are then falling short because we're spending too much time. How do I want to say this one? We're spending too much time in the power of actually gratifying ourselves and not giving gratitude toward others for whom we are. You know, like if you are the type, even before your live videos where you're saying, you know, I appreciate your likes, subscribes, donations, etc. That's a very, very good start. That's an example of you having gratitude and actually being sincere. There's no sense in pretending. If you are someone that has a mouth on you, you know, you do you, but I'm at the same time, don't just mimic just because Raguel may be saying something here about how some of you may be using your mouths during the processing of your messages. And I know this, the psychological excuse is, well, this is the energy that I am feeling. But we have to also understand the reach on the mastery level. We have to know when to close ourselves to the negative energies and just be able to read around it so that we know that there is a negative energy attached to it. And we could talk about the attachment, because when you do feel that, that's where God is telling you, okay, whoever this person is, or this situation is, or whatever the case may be, they are then being representative, if you will, of whatever that energy is. But you are then able, your goal, if, unless you are not a healer, okay, your goal would be to heal that energy that does not match up. And if there's a reason why the reading may showcase that kind of celebration, if you will, then I probably would say that you want to then I would probably say that you want to work on the energy within the message that's being given to you, in the sense that you are then able to produce good in it, instead of just allowing the energy to showcase and then you're saying, well, I can't pretend what I'm feeling. No, because what you are feeling, understand this, you are still a human that is feeling through the pressure of the messages, which means that until you get that, till you understand that spiritual ego and learn those lessons, you will continue in those patterns, having messages like that. Okay. And that's what Raguel is also telling me. He's saying, till you get it, all right, some of you, you're not getting it, and it's total manipulation, and it's cutting you off, period, from that. All you're just doing is just shuffling up. You're just throwing out whatever you want to throw out, saying, you know, F this, F that, this other thing and the other thing. But the truth of the matter is that you're really not getting across when you're literally allowing that energy to take over, and you using the judgmental excuse of, well, that's the energy that I'm reading. Well, then You need to figure out how to read it differently, because at the end of the day, you are still judging whatever is coming out of the cards. Period. All right. And so I hate to be the one to break the news to you in that way, in that regard. And the reason why it's worldwide is because there are spiritualists out there all over the world. There are some that claim that they are higher than thou. There are some that think that they got this and they got the other thing. There may be some that may actually know how to read tarot and can study it or train you. But at the end of the day, if you're being trained under the ego, if you're being trained under what it looks like, the process of what's going through your mind rather than what you're actually seeing, and you're allowing all these other emotions to take place of what you are feeling, because I understand the concept of empath as well. But I also know a true empath from a fake one. Now, a fake empath will match or will try their hardest to actually match the energy that they are seeing, not necessarily actually feeling it, which is what the real gift is. Okay? Like you're actually feeling the energy, but you know how to close yourself from it. And you may actually even begin to cry, or you could feel a little frustrated. So like it's like you're breathing. You know, I'll hear it from some folks where they're like just breathing. And that's an appropriate way of being able to handle some kind of heavy energy that you're actually getting your 3D level visual messages from, because that's what the tarot is. It's spiritual messages, but they are 3D visual messages. In other words, like this Page of Cups have several meanings to it. It is visual. Okay, even though that a lot of us think, well, tarot readers may only be able to understand this as what it looks like. But an intuitive person, they will read this in several different ways. Okay. I can tell you 5 ways right now that I can read this, depending on the energy. If I wanted to sit here and, randomly tell you this, because this is how busy the archangels have me. It's crazy. But that's the energy of what a true empath is that they would be able to utilize, they would read intuitively, and someone who doesn't understand that will think that someone's either a fake tarot reader, okay? And there are fake ones. I'm going to explain what I mean by the difference in a minute. But what's fake and what is not, because we're used to, oh, well, this card means this, usually. But intuitively speaking, it can mean so many different things. And as an empath, it can mean more. Okay? And how you're reading a situation. Like, I can read 20 people in one setting. Okay? And everything will be laid out right here. And all of these would mean different things to all 20 people separately. That's when you know that your intuition is actually quite up there. That, in other words, I can have a Page of Cups for all 20 people. I can have the Ace of Cups for all 20 people. I can have the Tower in reverse for all people, right? But they're going to mean all 20 different things, all 3 of these, for all 20 people. It's not going to mean the same message. if I were to just leave this here like this. All right. But a fake reader. Well, this is actually this is going to be some that's going to open some people's eyes up. Being that now we understand the concept that this is really 3D visual messages, meaning that they are down to earth, we are using artistry, okay, to provide a message. The real message isn't just because some kid holding a cup is giving us a message, or shouldn't be, but that there is something intuitive about it when you're actually reading. A fake reader now will be very conscious about what it truly means of this, and then have a hard time describing when this comes up. Like say for example, the Ten of Swords comes up with this, right? Well, that's unusual. I know Ten of Swords would be like betrayal. Well, how is that? Well, have you ever thought of, you know, maybe someone coming and making an apology for their betrayal? Have you ever thought of somebody else coming to heal the betrayal? Have you ever thought of, like just certain little examples as that, right? But a fake reader wouldn't know that because they're not used to having something like that coming up against a thing like this. And it will happen on purpose when the angels purposely will pop cards out, and you're like, wait a minute, a Queen of Swords in reverse with a Ten of Cups? What in the world? You mean to tell me that this fake wannabe, whoever this queen is, whatever energy this is going to have a family and have like a happy ever after? And maybe it might be, maybe. But then that's when you want to clarify to see them. But you're not necessarily going to get too much by sitting around wallowing on how in the world does a Queen of Swords in reverse match up with. In other words, this is what we call match readings. It's matching energy, which is fake from the get-go. Okay. Now, that doesn't mean that someone is learning this, okay, and then trying to get the messages across, because you can use these as entertainment. In this day and age, most people are doing this for that reason anyway. A lot of people will hire someone like me as a spiritual therapist or, intuitive, spiritual being, like mentor type of individual, because this really wouldn't be needed. It would be real life, hey, look, I can see into you type conversation, and allowing spirit and all that to be able to speak, or allowing the angels to speak. And sometimes if I get it mixed up, I'll get the angels and they'll channel it right through me and they'll do the talking. I've seen it several times in my life. I didn't know what that meant until about 5 years ago when I mastered that level of ability to be able to do that. And like I said, only 4 people in the whole entire world actually has that particular gift. That's what Raguel had told me. I'm not talking about the common gift that we're used to seeing. I'm talking about the actual gift of being able to legitimately channel angels within you, and they speak out of your mouth. type of energy. And there's a lot of people that this is where I am able to challenge a true spiritual ego person, because they'll try to say, well, I'm going to close myself up. They think that they're closing themselves up, and they want people to think that they're closing themselves up. And that may be true for people, for other people, but someone with their gifts like this, the angels are able to see right through it. And so even if I'm not able to see it, the archangels will speak through me and will let you know what you're doing. So it's not necessarily, it doesn't have to happen with me. It's just that I'm a human vessel that they utilize on the earth to be able to speak out of my mouth in regards to that. So, and to be honest, I didn't even know how I mastered to be able to get that, because my spiritual ego was actually kind of horrible. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I thought I was the end all be all kind of scenario here. And obviously that's not the case. It's still not the case. But now I'm beginning to see a lot about what God has in store in my life. And he wants me to be able to heal others in this situation, because there are people out there. There's many of you out there. Some of you may only be at the level of reading, and that is fine. You're a reader, great. You want to do it for entertainment, great. That is fine. Don't try to match other people's systems, because it's not going to work. And Raguel was telling me about that. There's a message that is of concern, and it's very big on an earth sign. Okay, somebody is trying to match other people's abilities, and they are boasting about it by putting themselves on a pedestal as if they are giving truths, but in actuality, they are closing themselves, if you will, to the real world and causing confusion. Now, other readers would be able to know the way that I read. God has asked me okay. I'm just trying to make sure that I'm still recording. My bad. Because I'm also looking at my big screen, because I'm over an hour. But anyway, long story short, anyway, so God has told me that in my readings, his messages were going to come on the 3D level. He said, if you want to get, because, well, let me tell you the beginning of the story. The beginning of the story is I was playing games on this thing where I could win free stuff from Temo. And I was like, what are these random cards? I thought maybe readers were mailing me tarot cards. Okay. And maybe they were. I don't even know. But they randomly were showing up at my doorstep. And I was like, okay. I started laughing about the first order that I got. And then I was like, well, maybe this is. So then I was like, wasn't I supposed to pick what my free items were? So anyway, regardless of the simple fact of the matter is, I ended up where I was getting, like, I got deck after deck after deck. This is half the decks that I got here, and I got to build up another shelving unit to put the other decks up. But I have like many different decks I use now. Um, but God, because I was praying about it, and I was like, I was being told I was evil because of I would be reading tarot. Oh, it's like a curse. You don't want to do that, da 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 da, because I'm a Christian or whatever, and Christians don't normally read tarot. They read the Bible. Now, I do read the Bible. I also have one of those over here, sitting over here. And, there will be times where God will ask me to open up a passage, and I'll open it up and then preach on it using other scriptures as well. So you might even see me doing that from time to time. But I prayed about it, and God said, look, I made you a promise that if you have passed that test, which you did, in other words, I have mastered myself into a new person of what I was not before that I am now. God said, go ahead and use a tarot. I'll go ahead and I'll show myself in the tarot. And I am not kidding when I say not one time has he never not showed up in the tarot. So whether you're a Christian, want to believe it or not, it's up to you. But the main reason why I use tarot is because they are 3D visual messages that God says, hey, go ahead. I'll just give you the clarity on the thing. Some people need to be able to see to believe. And that's really what it is. Seeing is believing. But you kind of have to understand what these things mean anyway. So you're probably studying divinity or what have you. Others of you are actually doing this to try to counteract the actions that you do not want certain things to happen. Or you could be a cross watcher that does not want to see certain things happening for other people. So you're trying to counteract that behavior as well. Believe me, God tells me a whole lot, believe me when I say it, okay, in this. And so does the angels. In fact, the angels are the messengers. They have the job to do it. If God was to even come on this earth to talk to me, I'd still be toasted. I'm no better, because nothing in heaven can sustain on the earth because of how sinful it is. I can even tell you about a dream that I had where I actually had a vision of heaven. I was brought there in heaven, and I had a vision about 2-3 times equally in my life. So it's very interesting. I'm gonna say this right now. I don't know why I'm getting this, but there are a lot of readers. And Raguel is telling me that his judgment and justice is going to be served on the earth signs first. Now, the next one that seems to be in line is air signs. So be ready, air signs. When that happens, I'm sure he'll give me the message and I'll be letting you know. But right now, most of the energy is on the earth sign. So if you're a Taurus, Virgo, or a Capricorn, and you were misusing your gifts on a spiritual level, you could be expecting some karmic lessons, and actually it would be more or less karmic debt, because God is trying to weed out the bad apples of the false premises. All right. So just make sure that you are prepared for whatever. A good example, what I mean by a bad reader would be someone who may actually literally argue on the live what they are reading. And I've seen that happen a couple times already. I'll see it with some of the readers where it's like, blank, 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 it make no sense, and like, oh, and that bitch, it's gonna be like da 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 da. You know what I mean? And to be very honest, I'm not saying that you're not allowed to be you, but there is a difference between being you, being professional, and actually, like, is this entertainment or are you actually trying to heal? Now, for some of you that are doing what we call karmic reads, you have to, again, it goes back to what I was talking about before, because this is where God is putting me at. Like, God has me dealing with karmics. And there are some of you that are actually in my soul tribe that some of you do not realize. And actually needs to have spiritual ego training. In other words, you may know how to read, but God wants you to do more, wants you to expand your business, wants you to, some of you may fear it, or you may claim that you don't have the time, or you know, there's various different situations with that. And so God wants to make sure, or he's sending the angels to kind of get me to be a guide for even you guys to kind of help assist in that way. But you're also going to have to be ready to hear the strong, hardcore truths, because if Raguel says that's one of them, and in case if you didn't know what that means, he's going to literally, he will speak out through me and just let you know that, yeah, this is one of the reasons why I cannot guide you, because you would be too much in your ego. It's not about your energy, because I don't have to match energies. There's no reason to, and I don't have to feel them either. But I'm not going to close myself to you. I'm just going to let you know that the angels see it as this being a counteractive plan. This is more or less what we call spiritual narcissistic traits. Okay. So we want to be careful that you don't have to be a narcissist, but you could be a spiritual narcissist. All right. And there is a difference. But there are some of you that are very good and you could do your business and you're focusing on your business as a professional, but you're not doing it as if you want to get rich quick schemes. Okay. There are some who will, you know, I have a few of these. I've started out this way, where I would write little things on a card and I'd make up my own cards. Like, stop, for example, you know, stop running, private eyes, it's over, karma, you know, come ride with me, like little sayings on a new moon, the full moon, on a Saturday, 48 hours, da 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 da, right? There ain't nothing wrong with that, but there are some who are strictly, literally reading off of made up messages, off of ego state. And then they are flying off the wagon with that. And I hate to say it, but this is also That is what we call a karmic spiritual narcissistic trait. Because what will happen is I can literally tell any particular person that, and a true healer would be like, well, wow, I'm glad that you're actually telling me this. You know, what do I need to do this? And what I would do is I would tell them, well, you know, be careful how you're doing readings right now, but do them as you're being generated by God to do it. But you really need to look into your shadow and grow out of it. And then I will give you the steps on how to do that. Of course, that's where I make my money. Okay, I'm going to do it on a live that I don't even have subscribers for yet. Okay, but the thing is and I will help the best that I can. I just want to make sure that my message is getting across about what you need to do in as far as healing, because it starts with yourself. In other words, the only way you can help others is if you can help yourself. All right. As easy as that sounds, it's also it can be very difficult. So, yes, there is truth to that. Um, what I want to do before I continue on, and I have a little bit more left in my message, but what I want to do, and I'm going to just show you this right now. I'm going to pull 10 for each of the quarter level sign. So right now, let's do earth sign. What is actually the message for the earth sign? I'm going to be using the Panther Oracle. I'm going to show you what's coming. Again, this is one of the ways how I clarify what is being intuitive, what intuitive messages I'm speaking about here. We got imagination at the bottom of the deck. Indulgence, interaction, joy, friendliness. We got see one nine. Reservation, endorsement, persuasion, bribe, temptation, loneliness, compromise. Death, something ending. Are you kidding me? Like, so one, live and learn. Well, I'm going to put these at the bottom here. And of course, at the bottom of the deck, we got accident, robbery, and a third wheel. So I am going to add those in there. But for earth signs, for your gifts, what is happening here is there has been some indulgence, okay, like friendliness, interaction, and that kind of thing. But and it caused you to compromise. And I feel like for some of you, you might have even compromised your spiritual walk, okay, your spirituality, or whatever the case may be. For some of you, you've developed some disappointment or isolation from some kind of a bribe or temptation that have taken place to make you overstep or cause yourself to overstep your boundaries, if you will, with others. And this gave you some kind of false sense of hope that would have given you a desire, but we do know that the end is coming and that it is a lesson that had to be learned. In other words, it's an experience in your life. So what I was trying to say, because Raguel, Jeremiel, Ariel, excuse me, Archangel Michael as well, to the earth angels. Yeah, there are some of you that are earth angels as well. To the earth signs, you for your gifts, you are being judged. Taurus, Capricorn, and Virgo. There are lessons that you had to learn, and for some of you, you kind of created a accident, and you began to bribe and cause a. Well, we got the third wheel, which is distrust. You got an enemy, okay, that is involved with this. There's some unfairness. This is a situation where okay, now if I'm speaking to readers, this goes back to your spiritual ego again, where you were supposed to learn the spiritual ego test and maybe you did not. And it has caused you to be unfair towards a person or towards people. And so now people are distrusting you. They may be stopping to watch you or whatever the case may be, or learn from you because you're not healing yourself. So how could you, and so what it is at this point is God is putting a stop to it completely. Okay, you have injured yourself. Now you have to set a goal on self-love, okay? And this could be a coach or a guide or someone that will assist you in that. So now this may actually be your last chance to get it right. But it does look like Raguel is considering, but this is going to be someone that is goal-oriented that is going to give you a coach. You're probably going to end up dealing with someone that is like of my caliber, if it isn't. Okay? Where it's like you're going to have to hear the truths about who you are and then live and learn from it. And it's up to you what you want to do with it. But if you're going to keep preaching out of your ego, because one thing about me, okay, and I will be very honest and straightforward. When it comes to karma, I know how to take it and I know how to dish it. I know what it is. I know the frowny face of it as well. I'll give you an example of what I mean. And then while I'm shuffling and actually working on the air signs now, because they're next in this judgment. So the example of what I mean by karma, to be very honest, it's a very clear understanding too. But everything has a positive or a negative consequence. For example, if you are someone that is codependent of friendships and you need someone out of desperation, you could literally be so desirable of the person that you force them away. But a person that takes their time in developing the friendship, even if it doesn't seem like it's going anywhere, these individuals could end up with the best friend ever. And that would be their karmic justice for being able to do that. This is how real relationships take place. They don't take place out of codependency and desperation, manipulation, and all that. They happen naturally. Like a plant, you can't tell an orange plant to grow you strawberries. You can't. It's gonna grow what it's meant to grow, and if you don't like it, then you can go sell the plant to somebody else or dig it up or whatever. I mean, I'm just being real. But that's the attitude on that. Now, that's what I mean by I know how to take it and dish it. Because I know that I make certain mistakes and that I could get karmic justice or I could end up with karma. So if the archangels are telling me, hey, look, you need to do it this way, you need to work it out this way, then that's what I will do. Okay, so air signs, so well, we got a marriage, so maybe there might be an actual. Now, I'm not reading this in the sense of a marriage because this is really about our spiritual work. So this could be that you're going to make a commitment to God of some sort. This is the air sign. You got a sweetheart. Okay, well, God loves you too. Relaxation. Wow, this is totally different energy from what I was just talking about. For some of you, it could be an introvert. I feel like some Libras out there are probably an introvert, still trying to figure themselves out. Others of you, I think, have figured yourself out, and you just realize that that's not who you are, or that you do want to have a family or something. And so that really does help you in that way. I would be mindful of a third wheel. Could be a third wheel enemy. And for some of you, it could actually be exes that are weird, probably watching you in some way to counteract what's being done. Yeah, they got an illness. Okay, this third wheel, they got an illness. I think some of them are probably narcissists. So if you are like a Libra or whatever, yeah, live and learn. This is your lesson, your past lesson. Let's see what's coming in. We got a family. All right, we got an apology. What else do we have going on here? We have okay, so there's a different way of how I'm going to be reading on this one. This is what I mean by knowing your way of reading, okay? Because I got robbery on what's coming in, but you'll see what I mean in a minute by what I was saying. So your judgment is going to be based off of your love for God and how you are actually handling your investments. Are you donate? Are you actually paying your tithe? Like if you're a Christian, Are you, God does say, in the Bible, in many places, that it says about, um, let's say, you know, the prophet is saying, well, how am I robbing you, God? And God says, well, robbing me of my tithes and offerings. And it talks about what the tithe and the offerings are. But that you will have eternal love with God, okay? He wants you to know that he does love you. So Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius, that's going to be your judgment, okay? That could cause conflict for some of you. It'll be a lesson learned. There is a third wheel interference going on here, and this person is ill. So they probably got some kind of disease, or they may be mentally disabled. Take it as it resonates for you. But that's what's going on there. Now, on this area, your reward for doing what God is asking you to do will be family. You will have a ceremony, being together with someone, okay? There could even be an apology, okay? Maybe you have a confession to make, or someone got a confession to make with you, or you just have to forgive yourself for something that happened, which is why you got the awakening that you do, for you to be able to withdraw your energy from that you may have felt like you were being robbed of, but even how unfair it is, you're now being exploited out of your depth sentence, and you're going into more of a compatibility, okay, with your with your ability to be able to do the work that God is asking you to do. All right, so that's an example of how I would be doing readings. Some of them are actually the same cards that you already saw from before, but just mean way different things because of how the story goes and the intuition and the message that the angels wanted to project at the time for those groups of people. Now, there is also another worldwide message I want to talk about. This one had to do with readers. Tomorrow, I'm going to be talking about the Laodicean church for the Christian. So next day, we're going to, I have a couple messages pertaining to actual prophecies worldwide that the angels want me to really elaborate on actual messages, because there is going to be an ending to clear up energy so that new energy can be brought in. But you kind of have to know what I'm talking about in order to assume the position of what I'm talking about. Okay. If that makes sense to if that makes sense to any of y'all. I think I'm gonna leave it. That's what's it? An hour and 47 minutes. Well, you know what? Let me do something real quick. Put it collective. For the collective readers, we're gonna go through the whole entire status here. We'll do a 5-card spread. So starting with Aries. All right. So we got a Knight of Pentacles, Ace of Cups in reverse, Temperance in reverse, Seven of Pentacles, and a Nine of Swords. The bottom of the deck, we have Two of Swords. So Aries, what I'm seeing here is that you could be, so there is something very, very slow that came in. You were probably impatient, which is why you're in your head about something. And that impatience has caused you to block your own ability to be able to receive the gifts that God is asking you to do. It's causing you to be on balance. And I also see with the temperance being in reverse, that for some of you, you might even have your root chakras a bit off. Okay. You have no emotions in your decisions about what is taking place. Ace of Cups is in reverse. You feel like what you have invested in, it's like you have no patience at all. It's like, well, this isn't working. I'm just gonna go walk off somewhere else. But because of your root chakra actually being messed up and you're not balancing yourself out, you're not seeing your blessings coming from it. So it's causing you to be at a stalemate or moving slowly. That's what I'm seeing there for you. Aries, Taurus. Again, this is spiritual. I'm not talking anything at all about love. So if you do see Ace of Cups or anything like that, it is true, Aries. I feel like you have no emotion now in what you were doing, and you were just the being that your root chakras are a bit off too, with that temperance being there in reverse too. It's interesting. So Taurus got Eight of Swords, the Hangman, the Page of Pentacles, the Five of Swords, and Four of Pentacles in reverse. All right. The bottom of the deck, we have the Ace of Wands in reverse. So again, we have another situation with this, the Earth sign that we were talking about. Ace of Wands naturally typically means having the creation or the ability to be creative and to do things. But how I'm seeing this against like Four of Pentacles and a Page of Pentacles, all of them being in reverse. The Eight of Swords, coming up against this Five of Swords, where there's some kind of a fight, like you're overthinking, is causing you to act out of desperation. This is like an ego read. This is what I'm saying. Ace of Wands in reverse. It's like you think that you have the power to be able to do this and do that. But in your reading, some of you are probably like, well, I'll just talk how I want to talk. How it comes out of my mouth is how I feel. It's that kind of energy. That's this. That's this with the Five of Swords. And here you got a page that is literally upside down. They're so confused. You got the Eight of Swords, okay? You're literally trapping yourself, but you're thinking that other people are trapped, or you're thinking other people are trapping you when you're actually trapping yourself. Because that's where the Hangman comes in at. The Hangman is iterating that you have a situation where you could have an opportunity to see in a different light. I mean, you're so desperate and codependent that you're losing hold of everything. I mean, The Four of Pentacles is even in reverse. In this situation, I would have hoped that it would have been upright. I can see why you're going to be holding on to things, but it's almost, here's what I said. You're getting away with a lot of stuff because your judgment hadn't came yet. I'm telling you that your judgment is coming. Earth signs, your judgment is coming. And Taurus, what you're doing is you're acting like, oh no, it ain't gonna happen to me. You know what I mean? And you're over here stuck in your head with no vision, have no creative power to do anything. You're just stuck there. But yeah, it's like, oh, if I got a little dollar here and there, I'll do what I want to do. Oh, because I work my butt off, I can do what I want to do with it. But that's the Four of Pentacles in reverse. I'm not talking about the Tauruses that legitimately, okay, actually do their butt off, and they may have some money that they can get a little something, okay, in between. I'm talking about people like in that other reading where the Panda Oracle, I've mentioned that some of the earth signs have overindulged, and that's what this is. All right, Gemini, your turn. And yes, I am a Gemini, in case you wanted to know. So let's see what this let's see what this Gemini is about. What are we going to be learning? Okay. The Knight of Pentacles in reverse. The Three of Pentacles. The Strength in reverse. The King of Pentacles in reverse. And the Two of Pentacles. Okay, so here's what I'm seeing with Gemini. And yes, this is also my read too. All right. What I see is that sometimes you could be rushing into teamwork with the wrong people, and it's causing you to juggle or making decisions between the different types of people. You just need to know who you are trusting, and that's probably going to be our test in this spiritual walk. You got, yeah. See, we got the Devil in reverse, so you're definitely not tricking anybody, but I think your trick is coming from these wannabes that want to offer you pentacles that are giving you nothing in return. Okay? You got a King of Pentacles that is going to be coming in doing your judgment, that's going to be offering you the moon and back. Okay? And you're going to rush into this decision. It's because you have no strength, because you're juggling the ideas. It's kind of funny because when I see the Devil in reverse with the Strength in reverse, it kind of counterbalances it. So in actuality, while you're not accepting any trickery from them, I think if you just get out of your head, believe me, I know this, I'm a Gemini myself. I also have lunar Leo, okay? Lunar Leo, and I got Libra placements in 4 of my areas and places. And my Capricorn happens to be wherever Saturn is. But yeah, so this Two of Pentacles, in all honesty, let's see what's at the bottom of that. Yeah, Queen of Cups in reverse. The Five of Swords is in reverse on this one. But you're going to get clarity about an ending to a Seven of Swords situation, to the trickery. Yeah, and you'll all, in that case, you'll probably end up with the Empress. So to be very honest, there is good news coming. I feel that you are going to pass whatever test is going to come up after you, Gemini. You just kind of have to get out of your head here. There is going to be clarity, and there will be an ending. And the ending is going to be to whoever this King of Pentacles is, and you will have the strength to be able to do some teamwork, you know, with someone trusting and not someone that is the devil, if that makes sense. You're gonna meet a very nice friend, it sounds like, that will be able to help you and guide you, or you could be the one, take it as a readiness and leave the rest. You could be the one guiding others, and it will lead you to be the King of Pentacles, because right now you're actually the King of Pentacles in reverse, which means, and it's only because you're stuck in your head juggling ideas, but you're going to get the clarity, all right, as it showed up. You just have to be more self-aware, be within yourself, and just allow God to speak to you. All right, Cancer, it's your turn. What do we have for Cancer? Yeah, we'll use this one first. Three of Pentacles for you as well. Eight of Cups in reverse. Page of Pentacles in reverse. Six of Swords in reverse. We got a lot of reversals. And then Judgment. Wow. Okay, at the bottom of the day, we got Eight of Swords in reverse. Well, you're definitely coming out of your head about something, but let's see. How do we see this? I think when your judgment comes, it has a whole lot to do with the fact that you're going to know who is fake and who is not. And that you will be able to move in the right direction. Because look at this, you got a Page of Pentacles that's offering you nothing. You're not going to walk away from your gift that God has given you. I'll tell you that. And even though that Six of Swords in reverse could technically mean that you are not moving forward, it's because of the simple fact being that the Judgment card is there to stop everything. Because the whole issue here, especially over here in this scenario with the Eight of Swords in reverse, like, you're not trapped. So with the Six of Swords, it almost feels like you're stuck or at a stalemate, right? But it's like you're not walking away from it either. But whoever that Page of Pentacles is, you know, and you have the strength to see a better perspective on whoever this Queen of Cups is in reverse, okay? Someone in the past who thought that they were going to be the stars, going to be coming back at you with some communication about some kind of burden, all right? Because they have left their investments that they had and they took a leap of faith to go toward the King of Swords and ended up in a trap or stressed over some devil situation, some trick that the magician has caused to put them into a block with the Nine of Wands. And there goes the Queen of Swords in reverse. So your situation is that you do not want to be burdened, and you don't want to be in the midst of a situation that this Page of Pentacles could possibly put you into. This could be some young person trying to offer you something that's not really going to amount to anything, whatever the case may be. But you definitely have the judgment to work with a good team. That's your ultimate situation. It's a Three of Pentacles. So, yeah, I mean, you do have the go-ahead if you wanted to work together in a team with somebody or start a new project or something. But you're going to have to be careful because there's somebody that does not know better who is literally like got that full energy that is literally trying to cause you some concern. So, right, what about Leo? Real quick, what about Leo? What do we got going on with Leo? Yeah, Leo. All right, we got the Hermit, Three of Wands, the Hierophant in reverse, the Six of Cups in reverse, and the Queen of Cups. At the bottom of the deck, we have the King of Swords in reverse. Why do I feel, Leo, that you're waiting for a result that's not coming? You're kind of stuck within yourself, waiting for something of the past that's not coming. And I feel like it might be something to do, like it could be because of religious belief systems, or it could be a fake Bible thumper. Um, Someone who otherwise suggests, like, I also believe that you may have put too much belief in individuals that had eventually then brought you to yourself. So I'm trying to figure that piece out. The best that I can tell you on this is you may actually have to, you might have to turn that Three of Wands in reverse. Um, you kind of have to stop waiting for the hope of, because it's already showing you who is real and who is fake in the situation. Whoever this Queen of Cups is trying to warn you about a situation that came from the King of Swords in reverse. But I feel like you're trying to wait for something that's not going to be taking place. So you kind of have to get, I think, your sacral and your third eye chakras. Look into those a little bit better. And I would also ask for some healing on your crown so that God can help you deliver yourself, so that you can be more forgiving and more understanding, because you are showing up as a King of Swords. And you got Lovers, the next card, upright. You can't have that when you're in reverse. You can't trick somebody into believing that you are a Hierophant when you're in reverse. Which is why you're stuck alone. For some of you, I'm not saying that all of you all that are Libra or Leos, excuse me, that are dealing with this. For some of you, you may be alone, but you have various groups trying to teach you the way, or you're trying to teach people that don't want to learn. One of the two. But because I'm seeing a Lover, so the Nine of Swords in reverse, which is good with the sun coming up, right? And the Strength card, which is all about you with the Wheel of Fortune. I mean, Three of Swords in reverse. So whatever you are doing, that's why I'm saying you gotta heal those chakras, because you gotta get out of the King of Swords in reverse, and you gotta get out of that Hierophant in reverse, so that you can make a great success as a healer or spiritual guide or mentor. But you can't be in that energy like that and expect it to be that way, because it, again, this could be actually a spiritual ego test for Leo coming up. Now, spiritual ego tests can last anywhere between 7 and 13 years. So if any readers out there have realized or have seen a prediction where someone will be with a text for 7 to 13 years, do understand that it could be anybody with Leo in the chart. All right, let's see, what does Virgo have? 5 of Cups, 8 of Swords, Temperance, 3 of Cups, the Wheel of Fortune in reverse. At the bottom of the deck, we have Strength in reverse. Man, I thought that we were going to have a good read here. Somewhat, when I saw that Temperance out there in the 3 of Cups. Let me tell you right away what I'm seeing here. You are believing a bunch of fake people, Virgo. And you're in regret about it. 3 of Cups, all about friendships, yeah. And the thing is with the Wheel of Fortune in reverse, it's going to turn sour on you, because you're going to have to deal with the karmic justice. Or excuse me, the karma, that the negative consequences of the karma that you put out. When you have Temperance here, like a balance, and there's a Wheel of Fortune in reverse like this for this type of thing, God is saying that you're going to have to heal yourself, because right now you are in a trap. You put yourself there. This is self-sabotage. All right? You put yourself there because you are trusting fake friends. Let's see what happened. Here you have the Devil. Okay, so there's devil energy in there. You're about to get judged. Look at that. Judgment right here. With the 6 of Wands. Okay. Queen of Pentacles in reverse. 2 of Cups in reverse. Yeah, this is bad. 4 Ace of Cups in reverse. Justice. So, there ain't no way of really me sugarcoating it. What I will tell you, right from what I can see here, is that you have trusted some fake friends, which clouded your mind and really what you were about. Okay, Virgo, and so you're gonna have to heal from this. And you cannot be a healer when you can't help yourself. And this is a read where you literally need to be able to help yourself before you can help others. So take it as it resonates and leave the rest. If it doesn't apply, then let it fly. Libra, what do we have for you? Libra, what do we have for you? Yeah, my lives are usually going to be very long and tedious. So be wide awake, okay? It's going to be very long. And well, I'll take these two. I was really trying to Six of Pentacles, the Magician, the Star, the Page of Pentacles in reverse again. Well, we got the Page of Cups. Okay. At the bottom of the deck, we have the Wheel of Fortune in the upright, which is good news. You're manifesting the Six of Pentacles. So I feel like you're giving the right investments. You're also giving the right time. You're giving right advice if you are a Libra. I would also say with the Page of Pentacles, be advised about people trying to utilize your work or people trying to scam you, okay, or could be scamming your people, okay, to like give readings or something of that sort, trying to copycat your energy. Because look, we even got a Page of Cups with a Page of Pentacles. One is in reverse and the other is right. So we got that, but you know that you are the star in what you do. You know that you reap what you sow, and it's gonna come back in your favor. Okay, we got the World right behind that one with the Ace of Cups. I mean, you got everything. The Devil in reverse. So, you know, you're not dealing with too much. There is a little concern about the moon now down here with the Hangman. So it does look like perceptions. Just be careful of that. Ten of Wands in reverse. I feel like you're gonna get yourself out of that situation. Some of you might even meet your Emperor. Okay, who could be a King of Swords, so it could be another air sign. But yeah, Libra, what I'm seeing for you is that there is going to be good fortune in what you are doing. I think your test in time is making sure that you are not dealing with anyone that will take away from your investment. So because you're manifesting it. And with this Page of Cups, there is going to be a little bit of a concern. All right. But that concern is that you may adhere to some guidance, take it. Okay. Do not feel like you are being judged. And judgment doesn't seem to be coming out on you at all until after a while. I mean, you even got Four of Cups in reverse. So, I mean, Page of Swords, there's a message coming. You're balanced out. You're not walking away from your Ace of Pentacles. So you're good there. You have nothing there. You got the, yeah, so justice is coming right after you deal with a Three of Wands situation with a lover situation from someone in the past. So you do have a text with a past lover, with the lovers here, with the Six of Cups, okay? And I feel like for some of you, you may have been waiting. I'm not saying that this is going to resonate with everybody, but that's what it does look like as far as Libra is concerned. So that's going to be your test, and that's when judgment is going to come in. But what I see is that if you do accept it, the wheel will turn in your favor, because whatever you want to manifest from it, if you want to manifest it as a page, like some kind of a friendship, a very good friendship, and make an apology or whatever, you can do that, right? But just remember that you do have wish fulfillment, and you can manifest anything that is there. So this is a pretty good read. If you are a reader, I would say that this is a definite yes. Go ahead and continue on. And your judgment is going to be based off of what your love for God is and handling the work that you do. Or it could just be if you're a Christian and you are living the right way, then God is going to award you. Yeah, that's the Ace of Swords. So that's the truth and nothing but. Take it as it resonates and leave the rest. No, Ace of Swords at the bottom of the deck. All right, I'm gonna have this. Well, we'll take that one. We're at Scorpio right now. Okay. Got the devil in reverse. Ten of Pentacles in reverse. The Lovers. And a Ten of Swords. All right. I feel like you were dealing with someone in the past that was a very good professional. And you feel like you have been betrayed, but in actuality, you have betrayed either your person or a friend. And it's leaving you out in the cold because while you have the chance to actually appreciate this person, you have a decision between, did I want to fall in love with a person or did I want to work with them and actually be a good friend with them and all that? And what happened was you just kind of betrayed the whole thing. You just kind of separated, depleted, and that's why you got the Ten of Pentacles in reverse. So it's like it's all, it. If I was to read this as a love reading, I would be saying you're dealing with fake love, but you're the one that is being faked because the devil energy that I'm seeing here with the Queen of Cups against the Lover, but there is no backing to it. It's like somebody saying, I love you, but I can't offer you a house. I can't offer you dad. I can't even offer you clothes. I don't even have money for myself to go, So in other words, you're kind of like hiding the fact that what is on the bottom? Yeah, the Emperor in reverse. So yeah, you're showing up. This is not good energy. You're showing up. See, even the King of Swords is in reverse. The Page of Pentacles is in reverse. So, you have the Nine of Cups. You want wish fulfillment towards something creative, but you're having a problem because you can't find anybody to work with you. Three of Pentacles in reverse. Okay, so then you block yourself from any efforts, and you're dealing with regret now, and so you want to move on. Okay, there's a message coming in about something about why you're juggling two ideas, and now your heart broke about this Nine of Wands that you blocked yourself with the King of Pentacles. She was offering you a new perspective about this burden that you had. Okay, but that's the issue. That's the problem that you're dealing with, is that it's like you're allowing other people to dictate, what you are about and what you should do. So Scorpio, I feel that your judgment is that you need to listen to your own intuition a little bit better. And you also need to do some healing because your roots is quite in bad shape. Ace of Swords again. Okay, it is the truth and nothing but. Take it as it resonates and leave the rest of it does not apply and let it fly. All right, Sagittarius, what do we have here for your work front? Spiritually or just financially, period, it looks like. Because for some of you now, Scorpio, I just got done talking about you. You know, I do see here, Sagittarius, that you do have a happy ending. So there is some kind of happy ending going on. You could even be, I'm hearing a Ton of Pentacles, maybe some idea of the past is coming. Whoa. Some idea of the past is coming back to you, and you feel like you are ready to take on with it. For some of you, it could be a new job, offer, or something that could benefit better. You could also, I'm seeing with the wheel that there could even be an opportunity of a new car for some of you. That there's a possibility with the Chariot that some things should be changing in that way. You got the Five of Swords in reverse. You got the Magician. Okay. Yeah, I'm reading this one up right. Got the Two of Pentacles in reverse. You're tired of juggling with the King of Cups. And you're no longer at a crossroads. At the bottom of the deck, we have the Queen of Swords. What is she talking about? She's talking about the Queen of Cups with an apology, waiting for some kind of an offer coming from a mature woman. Four of Cups. There's some truth about something. Well, you're not blocked. I feel like you're going back to a past situation. So for some of you, I think you're actually waiting for something to change before you go back to it. So let's say, okay, if you have left a job, all right, and you're like, well, I don't like that boss. And then you go back and you find another job, right? So now you hear that boss is no longer there, and you're like, oh, okay, well, I'll give it a chance, right? So that's your justice. It's like, well, yeah. So then you take a leap of faith and you move forward with Chariot. You're not heartbroken about the situation, okay? There is no ending to your situation. You're not being tricked by the devil. There is some communication coming in. I mean, you're not trapped. Nothing happened. You're gonna get your wish fulfillment. Six of Cups, Five of Wands is in reverse, so there's no conflict. Then I'm seeing Ten of Pentacles here as well. So the Ten of Pentacles against the world with a Page of Pentacles. So what this is telling me is that you might be offering somebody something too. Whether it be a friend or a sibling or something, but you're offering somebody something that in the end is going to be a good investment for you. How do I want to say this? Yours would be more or less, I think that I would say whatever is in your mind and how you're doing it, because even with the Two of Pentacles in reverse, you're tired of juggling, and I can see that. So if that is the case, then go for it. I wouldn't sit around and think about it, because you don't have anything to think about. It's already there, and the Queen of Swords says yes. So, I mean, there you go, Sagittarius. All right. Capricorn, what do we got for you? Earth sign, Capricorn, what do we got for you coming up? For some of you, you might even get moved up on a job. You could literally be working at a new job and then end up with a promotion within 3 months. I don't know why I'm getting that, but that's part of the Ace of Pentacles I was seeing in there. And it's going to help you actually pay off an investment or offer someone to pay off an investment that in turn will be a good investment for you. Take it as it resonates. All right. What do we have? Got the Chariot. We got the Six of Cups in reverse. What else do we have? The Three of Swords in reverse. We have the Seven of Cups. We have the Two of Pentacles in reverse. And at the bottom of the deck, we have Justice. All right. There's two ways that I'm seeing this right off the top. First of all, you do not have the power to try to give justice to anyone, which is why there's a lot of reversals here. If you read it the other way around, it technically means that you have the Six of Cups, something in the past that's actually taken place that's going to cause you heartbreak. But the concern that I really had is really not about any of these at all, except for the fact that you're rushing into a situation of the past that is nothing but a delusion. I feel like this is coming from your own mind, and you're literally creating justice out of it. You thinking that you're gonna give the karma to the person, but in actuality, what's happening is God saying, "No, you're the one with the karma." See, the lover, the tower, the lovers in reverse, the Eight of Pentacles in reverse, Ten of Pentacles in reverse. We got the Eight of Cups. You're gonna end up walking away. There's judgment. Okay, Nine of Swords. So this is what it's telling me. In your situation, I feel like you're a little bit over yourself. Yeah, Three of Cups, top of the deck, Three of Cups in reverse. So Three of Cups in reverse, and then the Justice at the bottom. It's telling me that you also could be having fake friends that are helping you make a judgment that was not real. And you're creating some injustice for yourself because of it. All right, if that makes sense for you. All right, I'm trying to make sense of it, but that's what's going on with you, okay? Capricorn, let's go ahead with Aquarius. We got 2 more to go, and then we're going to end it. 2 more to go, and then we're going to end it. Aquarius, what do we have for you? For you. Three of Swords. It was going to come out inverted. I took it the other way. The Moon. Eight of Cups. Queen of Cups in reverse. The Seven of Pentacles. And at the bottom of the deck, we have the Fool. So taking a leap of faith. All right. So I do see here. You're walking away from a situation that you have spent so much time investing in that you no longer have the strength for. I think that you invested in something that was pretty much filled with illusion, so you feel heartbroken about it. But you are taking a leap of faith towards something more promising. It's going to be slow to come in, though. Be careful of somebody trying to trick you into a conflict and then blocking you for your Eight of Pentacles, okay? Because it can cause you to wait a very long time for the thing that you love to do. And so that's what I'm actually seeing here for you. Nine of Pentacles. So you could also be single and with a death card. It could possibly be that for some of you, you might have had dealt with an actual physical death, or that you just ended something with your work or whatever the case may be. But that's what I'm seeing here with Aquarius. It is saying that you're heartbroken, that you have walked away from an investment that you spent a lot of time dealing with, that you knew was just an illusion. But you are taking a leap of faith towards a better situation. It's just gonna come slower. With that Knight of Pentacles, it's gonna be very slow. All right, Pisces, what is coming up for you? Pisces. If I can even shuffle the cards, that's when you know it's late. Very late. When I can't even shuffle my own cards. The truth must be told. Mhm. Pisces, what exactly is it for you? What does the Lord God Almighty want you to know? Master ascended Jesus. Okay. I got cards flying around every which way. Sorry for the noise in the background, as it is 2 a.m., but there's a garbage truck like across the street from where I am. So you're literally hearing banging. But yeah, we got the Queen of Pentacles. That's starting off pretty nice. So with the Emperor, the Three of Pentacles. Okay. We do have the Five of Pentacles. And we have the Hermit in reverse. At the bottom of the deck, we have the how am I? Wow, it's crazy. For some reason, for you guys, I'm being told to actually clarify something. I need to clarify the Five of Pentacles. Okay. And then I'm being told to clarify the Hermit in reverse. Oh, we'll take it that way, man. So, what's at the top of the deck? The Knight of Swords. There we have the Hierophant. Okay. So, Pisces, what I actually see, because yours was kind of like a mixture between past and future. So that's why I think there needed to be some clarity on this. Um, right now, you are you do have the Three of Pentacles, okay, but you also have the Five of Pentacles. Your Three of Pentacles is with an Emperor, and you're showing up as a Queen of Cups. Now you can still be muscular, okay? You can be a masculine, should I say, and be queen. So just switch your roles as you see fit. But anyways, besides the point, what I am seeing here is that in the past you were left out in the cold pretty much very quickly, and it left you in regret, and it kept you kind of stuck in a past situation. But what I'm noticing is with this Knight of Wands, where it's very, very quick, some wish fulfillment is going to come, and it's going to take you out of the hermit mode, which is why you got the Hermit in reverse. So that clarity is telling me that, and I feel that it could be with the Hermit. Yeah, you got a new perspective. You're no longer juggling. You're gonna get a Ten of Pentacles. So yeah, the Lovers. You got King of Wands. It, yeah, and this is actually all clarified with the Ace of Swords. So, your situation is that you could find a new person at your workplace who may be able to work with you on your specific project or something. They don't want to leave you out in the cold. I feel that because originally it was turned like this, I did not want to read it that way. For some of you, if I didn't do the clarity, I would say that you may have left someone out in the cold. and they just decided that they were going to go ahead and go out and be the next person, which is why they did not look within themselves to heal. But you were able to heal because you're showing us the Emperor and the Queen of Cups. So, since I was able to get the clarity, this Five of Pentacles is really about a past situation, and the Hermit is you now, going towards someone in the workplace, who could actually be spiritual or something of that sort, but it's going to give you the wish fulfillment that you so desire. That's what I see for you, Pisces. Okay. I hope that this all has helped. All right. Till next time, have a blessed evening. Remember to unleash the artist within and let your light shine through Jesus.